Today we are going to look at how you can utilize the power of Upscale in order to engage with your prospects in a multi-channel way and sell more and close more deals. So before we jump into all of these, great features which Upscale has, let's go ahead and, see how we can set up the basic things inside Upscale so you have the head start to go ahead and start selling and prospecting. Okay, so the first step is to go ahead and connect your mailbox. So we already have connected one mailbox, so it will depend upon your plan how many mailboxes you can have. So you can just go ahead and click on add mailbox, choose whichever provider you have, either you're on G Suite or Google Workspace or you're using Microsoft Outlook. So you can choose any of it, enter your email address and go ahead and save it. Once you save it, you will then have the email over here, and then you just have to authorize Google and sync it with Upscale. So it just takes 2 minutes to go ahead and do this. All right. Once you do it, you have your email ID over here like this. So once you have connected your mailbox, of course, you can go ahead and choose your name, email, add your phone number and admin, and even choose your time zone where you are, right? Apart from that, you can even go ahead and choose notifications, how often you wish to receive notifications, and for which feature functions or specific actions you require notifications for. You can kind of have it over here. All right. Once you go ahead, you can even set up your organization's name. Let's say we are 99 robots. You can set up any of your company's name. You can set up the unsubscribe redirect URL. So if someone unsubscribes to your email campaigns or cadences, you can go ahead and redirect them to somewhere where you can even convince them to not unsubscribe and give them free books, something like that, so they stick to your product and don't unsubscribe from your sequence. Okay, you can also prefer and have the currency in which you will be reporting as to how many deals you won, etc. All right, you can even have domains, create a tag. So all of that settings you can do over here. You can then go into profiles for setting up your admin settings and default settings. Go into users and add more. So if you want to add more users to your account, you can just go ahead, click on add user, add the first name, last name, and every information, and then just send an invite, and then they will be able to come and operate under whatever permissions you have given them. So next you can go to billing and choose which plan you're on. It will showcase your subscription settings. So once we're done with this, we can then come to prospects. And basically, I mean, these are the stages, right? So for example, if you are starting your cadence or starting your sequences to sell and approach someone, you can go ahead and choose these inside your sequences, which we come to later, and change. If you want, you can even edit. I mean, if you say, oh, I don't like the word approaching to be tagged or labeled across a stage name, you can say uh, prospecting, right? This is good. You are right now prospecting for a deal. So I save it, and it will eventually be saved. And once you yep, so it changed into prospecting. So likewise, you can change your stage names, edits, and you can if you want, if it allows to use, yeah, so you can even set a color. So that's good, right? You can add accounts inside the accounts feed if you want. You can even add people. You can add organizations you are going after. And with opportunities, it's the same, right? So let's say you have opportunities over here, which means if you have already talked to someone and they are ready to talk to you, so you can say at what stage they are in terms of your negotiation, right? I mean, are they moving ahead? Are they negotiating? Have you sent a proposal, or have you lost the deal, or have you won the deal? So you can track all these stages of your opportunities or people who are interested to buy a product from you into the opportunity settings, and even edit this again. So it's again, everything is editable to suit your company's SOPs. Here you can have phones, right? So of course it's available for you in the upgrade plan. You have to choose a Twilio account. You need to have a Twilio account to kind of link the phones so that you can track and log phones from there. And Same with the calls, you can edit, what's the label you want to use. You can have schedules, when is your business hours, when you should send an email and when you shouldn't. You can have rule sets, triggers. Triggers is something which is very, very important. So if you are in love with automations, you can set up triggers. And so basically it's an automation, right? So for example, let's say I set, you know, add a prospect to sequence to when they get added or something like that. You are the owner and you can choose, right? Yeah. So when a prospect is added, when a prospect is updated. So these are the trigger points, right? So whenever a prospect is added, you can add a condition, right? That, for example, I say, all prospects, yeah. So all prospects of an account, or you can even choose specific prospects of a specific account which you have made. For example, if you are selling to Microsoft, you can only set this rule for anyone who is entering your sequence from a Microsoft domain. All right, so this trigger will only be activated when someone from the Microsoft domain gets added, right? But for this video's purpose, we'll choose all prospects. All right, and then you can add action. Once this trigger is updated, when a prospect is added from any account, you can add them to a sequence. You can create a task, you can add a tag. So we can add to a sequence. We already have some of these sequences ready. So we'll say, okay, just add them to the sequence and click on add. That's it. You just go ahead and save and activate. Once it's done, your sequence will be activated. Sorry, your trigger will be activated. All right. So we go to plugins. In here, you have all the integrations. We have with Salesforce, HubSpot, Pipedrive, Zoho, Slack, Google Sheets. These all are direct integrations. And you also have an Upscale Engage extension. This opens like this. All right, if you already have a Chrome extension, you can just add it over here. And once you're on LinkedIn, you can then go ahead and activate this plugin, and it will find the leads for you to kind of generate email information. And you can even start sending emails from that extension or add them to a sequence from that extension. So it's pretty useful when you are, we need to do a quick work. All right, so over here you can ask for support and help in FAQ section. You can just visit this resource center. It redirects you to this URL. All right, hope this helps. And now let's get to the main area where we go how you can make use of Upscale and utilize it for your organization and sell more and crush your quotas. All right, so here is the prospect section. This is where you can have an information about your prospects and at what stage they are, where they came from, the status, and if you have any tag involved, or you have who is the owner, the organization name. So you have every information available to as an overview to see where your prospecting journey is and how you are doing, or how any of your sales reps are doing under the owner. Right, so it becomes easy for you to track and have a quick look. If you want to add the prospects, you have three options. You can either go ahead and manually add a prospect, or you can go ahead and import a CSV file. Upscale gives you a sample, so you can just upload, and it will actually choose that this is the format in which you can upload more prospects, or import a Google Sheet. You can connect your Google Sheet from your Gmail account, so you need to make sure that you're adding it from there, or any account you want to use, and import all of the prospects over here. All right, so let's move right to accounts. Now, accounts means anyone from your organization who is doing account-based marketing or APM and only wishes to go after certain accounts, or let's say Fortune 500, right? So you can add all of those accounts over here. You can write Microsoft, domain is microsoft.com, and you need to add the prospect separately and an account separately, right? So let's say you add 5 emails, let's say VP of Microsoft or senior VP in Asia. You need to add those prospects and then basically tag them over here so they appear in your dashboard. Owner remains you. You can even have a tag and you can even automate prospects with same domain to this account. So let's say if anyone else signs up from that same domain, they would automatically be added to this account, so you don't have to do a manual work again. All right, so this is a very good feature if you wish to just go after specific accounts. All right, let's go to opportunities. And opportunities is the it's the best section, right? This is where you see any of your sales opportunities. Let's say we have 7 proposals which are worth $1 million, and how many have you won, right? So close. So it showcases a journey of or a funnel, right? So it showcases how many you actually prospected, and let's say you prospected quotations worth $1 million, and you only won quotations worth $100,000. So that's a 10% close rate, right? You can even type how many of your deals are in negotiation, and if you have any lost, you can mention how many of you lost, and it would show that you made nothing, you made $0. So you can always export this data in a CSV format. Each and every information you can export in a CSV format over here, and even create some smart views if you want. All right, so let's move to the most important section, the one which will make you money, and that's known as sequences. All right, so as you can see, we already created 2 sequences to kind of see how it's going on, and so it looks like this. I'm just giving you just an sample information. So for example, you can set this information, thank you for joining, da da da. Add personalization, right? So for example, this is variable, add personalization, add a job title, last name, full name. So, and everything is automated. You can even choose specific account, who should be the sender. So these are personalization templates you can use when you're writing this email. You can even add your calendar link or embed a Vidyard video. So let's say if you're personalizing it for only that prospect, you can even go ahead and embed a video. You can even add HTML over here, add images, upload a file. So a lot can be done in the editor, right? So let's say this is the first email in the sequence. I'll go ahead and I'll say, I need to choose step 2. What's step 2 now? Okay, after I have kind of approached this person from in email, I want that you should even go ahead and send a LinkedIn message to this person, right? So once that is done, you have to also tell them after how many days you should send the message. So let's say after 2 days, all right? And what's the task priority? Is it normal? Is it high? You should prioritize this task over the other. You can even write the option, and if you want to specify something. Once that's done, you can just add it as a step, and just say test. All right, and even you can insert a calendar link over here for your reference. You just need to manage the calendar, and you can do that. All right, so yep, let's go here and let's create that again to add step, add. Yep, so there you go. You have the LinkedIn message added. Likewise, you can go ahead and create more sequences based upon how much you want to pursue an account, or how much you want to, these might be follow-up emails, these might be a welcome email. Welcome emails are usually 3 or 4 steps. And let's say follow-up emails are 2 follow-up emails, 3 follow-up emails. So you can create different sequences based upon how you wish to pursue these prospects. So you can always add steps. You can even see insights into your sequences, right? You can see a report as to how it is performing, and quick report of how many emails you sent, how many people opened it, how many people clicked it. You can even check the settings, the prospects, right? So every information is available, right? How many prospects are in the pipeline. So you can go ahead and play with this step, with this area, and even add A/B test template, right? So let's say you want to test 2 to 3 emails together, and so you can test, so you can then check how many emails are performing. Let's say email 1 performs 50% better, and email 2 doesn't perform better. So you can always go ahead and select email 1 to be the winner, right? And pursue with that email. So similarly, you can add, you can even do a WhatsApp message. So you need to connect your WhatsApp API. You need to connect your phone call. So let's say after someone send a message, you have their number. So you can then even give a call and do a cold call. And you can say, okay, I'm calling you for a discovery call or something like that. So add a step, right? So this is the area where you wish to pay a lot, and this is one of the most important sections. So hope you enjoyed sequences, and if any questions in between the demo or after that, you can always let us know. So tasks are where you can create a task for your team and say, okay, this is something you should pursue. So yeah, this is normal task as you can assign in kind of a project management area. This is an outbox. So here you can see in particular duration how many emails you sent and to whom, or this showcases the outbox of your particular account. So how many emails you sent to whom, what's the status, right? Did they open it or not, right? So this way you can then go ahead and have basically an insight as to how your emails are performing, right? You can even see the timeline over here. So it goes, when they opened, when they clicked, and etc. etc. You can even check it out, if yep, you can see how many times they opened an email. So that's what it showcases you everything. So yeah, this is kind of a good section. In the calls, you have to kind of add your, first of all, you have to add your phone number. So that, as we showed, you have to upgrade to the plan, and once you sign up to Twilio, you can connect to Twilio account and start calling people or cold call people. All right, templates is one of the important sections where you can have predefined templates if you are starting from scratch and you have no idea how you should pursue your sales sequences, or you don't know how to write your first email. Then use Upscale's email templates and get started from there. So for example, I have a product feature which I need to announce to my audience. I can then go ahead and use this particular template, go ahead next, and then I can create a copy, right? So let's say new feature template. It's private to me, I'll create it. So I can then go ahead and even use this template. I can go ahead, edit it, and then I can save this template. All right, I like it. So once done, the template will be saved, and once I'm sending the sequence, I can just use this template quickly and do my job. And good feature, one of the best features, is to connect your calendar directly. So actually when your next call is, or if your sales reps has an access to Upscale, he knows when your next sales call is, right? So he's aware that, okay, I have 20 calls in April at this day, at this time, with this person, right? You can kind of check your calendars. You can even add a calendar if you want. If you are setting up a new calendar, you can add it at the time zone. And yep, so that's connected with your Google Calendar. That's what I assume. And yep, so yeah, that's connected with your Google Calendar. All right, so next, of course, is the report section where you can always export reports from various sources. Let's say how many emails you sent, how many calls happened. So that way you will be able to have an idea as to what's happening with your account, and if you want to share it with your people. Right, so this is Upscale, right? I mean, of course, if you wish to have an in-depth analysis, you can go ahead and sign up for a free trial. And yep, and of course, one of the identities is going on RocketHub. So go ahead and purchase the lifetime deal for Upscale, where you have the access to the software for life, and you can go ahead and start selling. So go ahead and buy your license from rockethub.com/deal/upscale.ai, or simply Upscale. All right, so there's one more thing which I forgot to kind of showcase it to you, which is setting your signature. So when you're sending an email, you need to make sure that you have a signature over here, right? You can always edit, you can add the links, you can add calendar, you can add everything. So stuff is customizable in Upscale. So yep, so go ahead. This was the demo for Upscale, and if you have any questions, don't forget to raise a support, help, or grab your life friendly account from RocketHub. We look forward to having you on board. Thank you so much.